soccer team back when I was in high school. Guy's Roger Moore. Really, his name is Bob Moore. I call him Roger from high school days. Just like the 007, because he was just so good. All those guys were. His whole clique. Great team. We had a great football team as well. Definitely remember homecoming. Ricky Zagar and Lee Van Wesley. Man, those guys can run. Jeez Louise. And my high school sweetheart. I won't say her name on the radio. KW. She knows who she is. Good times. I'd seen a picture of underclassmen, I think a couple years under our class, Ricky and I's. I think it was Splendorial's class. A lot of familiar faces. This is Katzinjamma on the Jay Stone Show. You can find Jay on Twitter, on Facebook. He says MySpace. Always best bet. RockmetalTALK.com. Check out past episodes. You can find me on these same places, as well as the Reverb charts, Django Radio. I don't know if I even got played on that other radio station. I don't know what's going on with that guy. Jay and I have our little side conversations. We'll just leave it at a very funny laugh, because it's, never mind, I won't say anything. Jay knows what I mean. We'll play nice. Does anybody really know what that guy's saying? I still don't know what it is. It sounds cool though. It's evil. You can always go to Katzinjamma.com. I know I'm going slow to the gate. I'm figuring out how I want to attack the new album. I know there's some folk out there that want to participate in it, but I just don't think it's practical. Based on the way how I do things, it's at a whim. Sometimes I'll get a rhythm going and I'll be banging out songs left and right. Sometimes it's just a little slow at the gate. That's just the way I roll. I don't rush it. I don't push it. I let it happen. When it does, I think it's pretty wonderful, pretty special. God-given gift. I'm very humbled to even be able to, because I don't find myself as a virtuoso guitarist or a vocalist, but I think my style's pretty unique. Nobody plays like me. And what I like to do is I like to share some of my influences that may help me create or molded the subconscious thing going on in my head, hearing melodies and things of that nature, and I just, when it's ready to come out, I let it out. Sometimes it's just a riff. I do have some in the hopper, and you know, the first song is musically done. I just have to do the vocals. That's probably what I'm going to do, just so I can get myself motivated and started to do that. Maybe I'll just release it just so you guys have something fresh and new to listen to. It is a really good song. It's a great title, Happiness. Kind of motivational, hypnotic, kind of like Listen for the Silence, which you guys hear on the radio, on Django, every week. Yeah, back to playing air bass guitar. I'm sorry. It's just so hard not to get into the rhythms of Iron Maiden. It's the perfect tempo. It's not too fast, it's not too slow. It's heavy. Great guitar players, great vocalists, great drumming. Lyrically captivating. It's not ooh baby baby, as I used to have my little scats with my original singer from my live Katzinjamma band back in the 80s, which many of you folks may have remembered. I was the crazy bass player jumping from one spot to the next. Well, I hope you folks are doing some research as we get into a time where there's going to be those midterm elections where maybe you're getting a chance to elect someone a little bit closer to your town that's touching the Senate, touching the government, and you got to rethink about who's getting put in there and get someone with a good head on their shoulders and maybe not so political, but just follows the law of the land and doesn't take advantage of people. These are the people that, when it comes to push and shove, end up doing the right thing for all of us. Those who want to be lazy and sit on their ass, well, I'm sorry, man, you got to earn your keep. Just because you're poor, I get that, but you got to try, you know, make an effort. I mean, if you're totally incapacitated, that's one thing. Pay attention to that. That's what we need Trump to do. Weed out some of these political idiots. After the last part of his staff resigning, and now he's putting in someone a little bit closer to his inner circle in his place. I think that's a smart thing to do. A non-political person to try to clean this swamp. This has got to end. It doesn't matter if you're Democratic or Republican or Independent or whatever. Even if you're like, you know, stuck in that socialistic stupid idea that's ever going to work. I always say keep on doing your research. You're going to find out it never has. We understand you want to give back to those who can't. Well, you should be doing that then on an individual basis. Make that your calling. Gather some troops to help you do that calling. See, that would be innovative. But if you're too lazy to do that, well, you just want to complain, well, you can't just pillage the government. I think the only thing that the government really should be making sure that they're taking care of is Social Security and Medicaid, Medicare. So when we're at the age where our bodies are just physically incapable to do a 9 to 5, based on the cost of living, that based on our years of working and them taking taxes, that they've invested it in the right places, so we have a little something to live off of. It's not like we're going to go out there and gallivant every day. We're old. Sitting on the porch with the neighbors, if they're nice, not stealing your electric, is a nicer day. I've done that many a times with my grandmother and the neighbors in our area. They were all older, and it was great. They talk about old days, and they had a lot of those. And that's what we need to get back to. Getting our America back to the way it was. Listening to Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind, on LP and album, not CD. You know, after seeing Iron Maiden as many times as I have live, also being the first show I ever seen when they did the Power Slave tour, just watching Steve Harris do this gallop, it is not easy to do. Now, he's been doing it for now 40 or 50 years, whatever it is, so it's probably second nature now. But it was second nature to him then. That Brooklyn show was awesome, though. I mean, that bass neck was like almost sticking in my head. Remember, Gerald, you had to carry me out. I fainted, dehydrated, sweated out. Fucking crazy. Good times. I highly recommend you folks do a little bit more research. Especially our Second Amendment and our First Amendment, and how important those two are succinct should be together to make sure that we're able to have a free society. I think we got one more song after this, and then we're going to call it a night. For me, I'm just pre-recording in the morning, so I'll re-listen later. You know, because I'm so narcissistic. However the fuck you say it, a narcissist. Fuck that idea. It's good to be thankful, because you never know. The next breath could be the last. You never know. You know, I had a brother that died before one, another one that died before one. My grandmother made it to 81. You just don't know when that day happens. So pay attention, because this could be the future of your children that you make a path for. If you're so stuck on that socialism, just think of all the heartache your kids are going to go through. Think of Venezuela right now. Pay attention. Do some research on the Declaration of Independence. I'm Katzinjamma on the Jay Stone Show. We're listening to the last song of Iron Maiden.